Lambretta D 125 Stripped Down Part 2 Flywheel and Mag Housing. Part of the Lambretta D 125 Stripped Down series from Scooter Surgery. This video will focus on the flywheel and mag housing. First, pop off the flywheel cover. You will now be able to get to the flywheel. The scooter I am working on has a Stratos electronic ignition kit fitted. So the original flywheel I am using for demonstration is off an LD 150 as I had it to hand. A Lambretta D 125 flywheel does not have fins. The other flywheel in the photo is the Stratos. Now you have to be able to hold the flywheel, so you can undo the flywheel nut. This picture is of the original tool for holding the flywheel. This bolts around the flywheel and loops over the torsion bar. This method is very safe, but you need to know someone with this tool. Other methods you could use to hold the flywheel would be to make a small version off the Series 3 flywheel holding tool, but with only one tag. If you are going to use this method, then be careful how long you make the tag. Too long and you will damage the stator plate. Next, you could use a rattle gun. Now if you are going to use a rattle gun, buy a torque wrench and sit down and work out the setting on your gun to what the torque is. The rattle gun is easy, but in the wrong hands, can cause a lot of damage. A further warning: do not wedge a large screwdriver between the fins, they will snap. Now once the flywheel is held, the flywheel nut can be removed. The problem here is that the 19mm socket you have will not fit in the flywheel to get to the nut. So either you have to buy a snap-on socket, as they fit, or grind down your 19mm to fit. Once you have a socket, you can remove the flywheel nut. It is normal, not a left-handed thread like Series 1, 2 and 3. Next, you can screw in a flywheel extractor. I am going to try and talk a bit about flywheel extractors without trying to make it sound like a sales pitch. In the shop I am using a flywheel extractor all the time, and the normal ones just keep wearing out for two reasons. First, the threads in the flywheel can be covered in dirt and you always try to clean them out before screwing in your tool, but this is difficult as the crank is in the way. This meant sacrificing a flywheel extractor to try and get the flywheel off, as the normal flywheel extractors are made of cheese. Also, the threads in the flywheel may be damaged, and of course you could not clean them up until the flywheel was off. This is where the Spitfire flywheel extractor comes in. Not only is it a flywheel extractor, it is a thread chaser as well. So now the first thing to do is to spray the flywheel and extractor with some lube. Then start to screw in the flywheel extractor. When it comes tight, unscrew and clean, re-lube and screw in again. You will see in the photos little notches in the Spitfire tool. This is to catch all the dirt in the threads as you screw it in. If you keep going in and with the above method, it will clean up your flywheel threads beautifully until you can easily screw your flywheel extractor fully home by hand. Also, if you have damaged threads, the Spitfire extractor is strong enough to repair them. If this is the case, I use the same method as above but use a cutting fluid. This tool is a must for all serious Lambretta owners and is available on the Scooter Surgery website under Tools. Okay, now let's look at removing the stator. First, remove the wires from the junction box which screws into mag. Now these are pain in the ass little screws. The best way I have found to deal with these is to buy a little ratchet that takes small screwdriver bits. Then you will be able to find the right bit to fit the little electrical screw and be able to get in there. Again, this tool is available from Snap-on. Once the wires from the stator are disconnected, you can remove the plate. Keep the screws on one side. You are going to need them. There is a pickup above the junction. That's the one with the HT lead coming out of it. Remove the screw holding it onto the mag housing and pull out. Now remove all the bolts holding the mag housing on. Now you are ready to remove the mag housing. To remove the mag housing, you are going to have a mag housing removal tool. If you try and remove the mag without one of these, you are more than likely going to damage it. Trying to knock the mag housing from the back with a hammer and a piece of wood is going to break the mag housing, as it is very thin in this area. So you are going to have to either make one or borrow one. In the photo you can see the Spitfire mag housing removal tool. We did make a batch of these tools, but they are expensive to make properly. We would make another batch, but to do this we would need 10 prepaid orders to manufacture. The estimated cost for the tool would be £150. If you are interested in one of these, let me know at Scooter Surgery. To remove the mag, you take the screws you put on one side. They hold the tool in place using the threads in the mag housing that hold the stator plate. Once in place, you turn the center bar off the tool down, which will push against the crank, extracting the mag housing. That completes the flywheel and mag housing strip down. I hope you have found it helpful. Look out for the next installment relating to crank half and engine bar removal. This video is part of a series of videos from Scooter Surgery. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get our latest news, tips and advice on all things Lambretta. Check out our website, where you can find the exploded diagrams detailing all Lambretta parts and where they are located for models D through to GP. www.scootersurgery.co.uk. You can contact us on 020-8748-0882 or visit our shop and workshop in Hammersmith, Arch 219 Trussley Road, W67PP.